let's look at the railway sector. Our Okasi, he has left us a very good ministry in terms of railway. Nana, when we invited the railways minister, his deputy represented him at the transition, and we asked cogent questions. For example, the train now almost say OBDB because two accidents by which per their handing over notes, it was taken care of by Enterprise Insurance. We know that Enterprise Insurance is for Kenoforiata. Till today, we've not gotten how much they paid for that. They've not given it to us. They say it's in there. We've sent them questions upon questions. They've not responded. These are the questions.
Sorry, in year 7th. Okay, so these are the questions.
These are the questions we sent to the minister. But you see, the arrogance of the minister, Intino Onokradia Wamba, is the deputy who has cooperated with us till this day.
Okay.
Now, there were vehicles that the honorable minister is using that were not part of the fleet of vehicles that we were given at the transition. Say, railways department, these are the kind of vehicles we like. So, Mayehu say, for example, the laws on handing over notes. The Ministry of Railways wrote their handing over notes somewhere in August. So, September, October, November, December, the gap of 4 months, we don't know what happened there. How do you prepare your handing over notes in August?
4 months, nothing. How do you account for it?
Exactly. Nothing.
It's not captured.
Nothing captured. And it's not only the railway ministry, most of the ministries.
But you guys believe there will still be issuance of funds? Within that 4 months period?
No. We have come to realize a lot of money went. Now, this MPP that we are dealing with, they are the most corrupt government that the whole of Africa Yehubida.
Because then let me follow Anna maybe who say was it any of you can say I think 2 weeks to say you hand you over 60 million Ghana cedis transfer be called office of the president and they call it special operations.
Yes.
What special operations? You're talking about 600 billion old Ghana cedis.
That is
2 weeks to elections.
That is impunity, and that is the arrogance they come on board with, thinking say Ghana food na ninyansa. But we know they have taken the largesse of government. They have taken everything that belongs to the Ghanaian people. But accountability is here, Nana. They will pay it back.
Are you sure?
Oh, Nana, they'll pay it back. I'm telling you, this country, Ghana, will be a spectacle to behold after the 7th January inauguration. When the president is in charge, when President John Dramani Mahama is no longer the president-elect, but the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, that is where you appreciate who President Mahama is. He would ensure, all the promises he has given, especially with accountability. If you are not able to retrieve the monies, how do you develop the country? Remember, we are still at an IMF program. Misplaced priorities. Somebody has to pay for that whole they've built there as a national cathedral. Somebody has to pay
$58 million.
It is ridiculous. It is something that you cannot even imagine.
Like I said, because then
he'll be
after
here.
3 years.
Oh, he'll be
after
here.
His immunity.
No. Immunity or no immunity. If Nanado has to answer questions, he has to answer. Because some of these things that Nanado presided over as a president, it's a shame. Even in my house, my kids would not behave in the way Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo is behaving. Just say and yesterday we saw some videos of the wife also following the same pattern as the husband, being very disrespectful to the speaker and Kofi Boah. My question is that why do Rebecca Akufo-Addo and her likes think that they are more Ghanaian than somebody?
Maybe Najim Kofi Boah was not charitable with the husband.
Why should Kofi Boah be charitable? We are not the MPP. We are not there to sing the praises of a failed leader. Nanado is a failed leader. You have to put it to him in the face. So we'll not come and sugarcoat anything for Rebecca to be happy about it. No, Rebecca, we want her to know that from this time, Ekosi 7th, she should know, everything that they've done to the Ghanaian people, it will come back to them. It will be an interesting time to be in Ghana. And I can assure Rebecca, when everything is set and done, the disrespect he shows the Speaker of Parliament, the disrespect he showed to Honorable Kofi Boah and the Ghanaian people, no, she will come to answer for it.
Nana Kufuor say Ghana de waya de or say Galam say wakopa also the presidency credit or to line near there and no crack lose a lot of parliamentary seats and the perceive who's why the crowd might be 52 million trees. Now when you know more much
52 million trees no do
it's Ghana.
Ghana, you walk on our streets, look at the flowers on our roads. You know, sometimes you ask yourself, say, don't we have anybody into horticulture to get things done for us? Nana, like I said, Nanado is still Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo, no, he's still out of reality. He's out of touch with the realities on the ground, and I think, say, he's a leader that we should never have again as a country. He's a leader that we should never give the mantle of leadership to in this country. Maybe so will be a say, will Nanado also have positions like President Mahama has when he was out of office and he became AU Observer Missions head, the Tana Forum, other groups? Because I'm not sure Nana qualifies to be on any of these things. And it is not to say, he's not a human being. He is, but he's not a leader. Nanado is not a leader. No, he's not.
To we put in what category? When you leader,
Nanado there say, "Oh yeah, A B C D." Then you have to give him E and F. He's between E and F because on one Crawford cried him say Nanado is a failure. So we don't need to delve into that.
So last statement we will never make you on the sooner you are allowed. Otherwise, you're caught into. Security.
No, so the SONA, like I said, no, President John Mahama would deliver the real and the true state of our country.
Okay.
Whatever Nanado has done, no, we would go into it at the right time, but would ensure, say, in whatever President Mahama tells the nation, will capture the lies that he said, Nanado said yesterday, and let the Ghanaian people know that President Mahama is here to serve us. President Mahama is here to take us out of the doldrums that we find ourselves in. And I can assure you, say, be a better place for all of us.
Okay, Ora John Dramani Mahama say, I hope I'm born some who here, national security who here. Into a pow, and Penufu inum, ceremony a quantirefo. Same Penufu, a year, Lieutenant General. Peter Augustine Blee, Ekahu, former Chief of Defense Staff, Kofi to be Kwachi, Vintage, to be former Minister for National Security, Larry Bevlo Latte, ESK, former or Esquire, former National Security Coordinator, Brigadier General Hussein Idrisu, retired, of course, famous COP Nathan, Kofi Boache, but then team will be led by former Minister for the Interior, Ora Prosper Douglas Ban. So, Ora Bani Krobaye, Chief of Staff at the point. Oh?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was a former Chief of Staff.
Chief of Staff.
He was a former Interior Minister as well.
Exactly.
And what people have not grasped is that the Honorable Prosper Bani and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, they date way back. They were mates in the same room at Commonwealth. And they've maintained that friendship to now. And so I believe, sir, it is a reason why the president believes in his competence to lead such. And the people involved, Uncle Totobi Kwache, Uncle Bevlo Latte, and Blay, and all the others are top-notch.
Blay, former chief of defense staff.
Yeah, these are people that are very, very conscious of the security of Accra. And President Mahama also wants to ensure, say, he leaves the security and the most important things that has to do with safeguarding our territorial areas. So he will not leave it in the hands of anybody other than those he believes are qualified. Kofi Boache, we know all he did for the country, how strong and assertive he is, how principled he is. People have their differences, but the truth of the matter is that he was something else that we've not seen in the police force in a long while. Kofi Boache did what everybody thought he would be the next IGP. And I think I've also read at certain points where there are subcommittees that involve people like Bright Odro, the former CID boss. And I'm sure let's take out the partisan nature of how we do appointments. Put people who are party loyalists, but people who can do the work. And I'm sure the competence level of this team, it'll go a long way to help Ghana. And in reading the statement, they say they are there until substantive appointments are made. So nobody should run and say appointments have been made. I know everybody is eager to listen or to read the appointment that His Excellency John Dramani will make. I've told people that don't put His Excellency under pressure, because he's already under pressure. He has an economy that is on its knees that he has to help rebuild. I think that the security people that he has appointed, the party supports it. Yes.
Anyway, it's good to look at regional balance and all those things in appointment, party loyalty. But I mean, none of them catch His Excellency. He should pick competent people, because we dear him for a chair. Say me know me papa your hand. Would you when service form? Him for the doors and a family nana you found an abia. You have a competent person, because now him for Ukroma a man move be break apart from making your way. Doma me freedom about my feeling. Very few chiefs. And I can't see Nana Fina and I assume him.
We had obesity said Togbe Hodo. I Volta Regional House of Chiefs. One with your John T. Now baby home come out to me about power we have for number Ubian fan and Abia. Nana free Shelly focusing on in somewhere Nana Kufado. Nayankai I say we are live on Accra 100.5 FM. Ubetimi actually Wajune Yene Yevra Benjamin K. Kwashi, a leading member of NDC, and Shajibodi Prince Wajune Lincoln Asari also Bahuno Empire's man and so Ebenezer Mokhtar and so on. It's but your Yanka Jangu be a better security side other issues. So we are going by Newz Parliament yesterday.
Yes, Parliament.
I think the president fulfilled his duty.
State of the Nations,
Yes. He fulfilled his duty as the president. He had to go to Parliament and tell us the state of our country. Now, in everything that the president said, it continued to drum in the point, the president is out of touch with the realities I walk grounds. This is the president Okache said the ministers to me is some because they are performing. This is the president Onoane caucus in Parliament. Over 90 MPs signed a petition that he should let his finance minister go, and the president didn't listen to anybody. And so for me, it was mere formality. But I thought, that should have been an opportunity for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to apologize to the Ghanaian people and tell us, I promise ABCD, but I've not been able to deliver all. Let there be continuity. But what I heard him say, President Mahama should continue his Agenda 111 project. I was asking myself, why does he expect President Mahama to get the money to do this project? Because he claims, it is something that is a legacy to him, but he couldn't complete it. And Nana, listening to Nanado again, they are still living in that dreamland.
Okay.
After all the Nyama Ghanaians so who say they were defeated at a proportion that would never have happened.
Okay.
Nana, they've not listened to. And I can assure you, the state of the nation, President Mahama will take over on the 7th. And President Mahama will give us a true state of the nation. Our nation is broke. Our nation doesn't have the resources that we want in our foreign reserves. Our nation is bereft of leadership. Nana, hope is here.
Okay.
7th no
but I'm a bit shocked. The nation is broke and the external reserves and so on, because the president indicated about some $8 billion plus dollars. Reserves are on the jam, unlike $6.2 billion plus dollars are on inherited in 2016. Categorically, or say he's handing over a rebounding economy in your brook, and of course also be share. So he's leaving the light on. And so with all this, we are then cast the president in Yeju.
Now, I happen to be part of the transition.
Okay.
And if I tell you how much we owe school feeding for, if I tell you how much we owe most of the projects that Nanado is banking his hopes on, free SHS, you have no idea the debt that we from 2021, the debt that we have to pay. energy sector,
the
debt that is there,
heavy.
Nana, is very, very heavy. Now, we won't talk about it now because even during the transition, it was agreed, they will only give you what they feel like you should know.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, the chief directors, the technocrats that find themselves in the ministries, they work for the MPP. So until you take over and you have your substantive ministers there, that is where you get it. But we know from what we have done at the transition, we know, we are in debt, but trust you me, Nana, President Mahama is going to do something that he has never done before. During our campaign, you remember he said, building the Ghana we want together.
But before I be so that you send us through, before I be I think you will be getting a bit worried. So, for instance, we're trying some of the water, a war because we opportunity to be part of the transition team. So let me use one sector as an example. Sisi Aminoka say MPP say BB the doom CC, even though we know say doom so because baby one doom light pa any idea. Someone my year the true state, not John Mahama ba, not doom so start here. Or man wedding, or make us the doom so ba. So some of us were thinking say every step of the road, the transition team should furnish us with what is there. Send a Ghana phobe who will say, hey, say na say you. So when you take over, it will not be an albatross around your neck. Okay.
So that is what I was driving at. If you'd have given me a minute.
I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is that President Mahama indicated, say, let's build the Ghana we want together.
Okay.
So one of the things he's going to do after he's swearing in is to tell us the true state of the economy, the true state of our security, our economy, our infrastructure, every other thing. He will speak to the Ghanaian people. Nana, and at that point, we would have compared what they gave us at transition to the realities of the on the ground.
Okay.
And then the president will speak to the nation. The president is not going to sit down for the MPP to accuse him of things that they have done or their mismanagement that he's coming to inherit. He would ensure, say, the Ghanaian people know the truth and the truth alone. And don't be worried, say, Yam Fam Bremo. We didn't come with those information because professionally, we wanted to be done with the transaction, get what we want to get, and at the end of the day, compare it to the reality on the ground. President Mahama, who hits the ground running, he's currently not in the jurisdiction, and once he's here, we have hope that the better Ghana agenda, the reset Ghana agenda, will be in full force for the benefits of the Ghanaian people.
How do you speak to this? Nana Akufo-Addo said 40 interchanges at various stages of completion. Oma revitalized the railway sector. Transport sector has seen a transformation. Also, we have prioritized maritime operations in Ghana. Construction of 12 landing sites, which is I inherited doing so, but leaving the light on from my successor, or creating 6 new regions, year of return able to the economy with about 1 million tourists coming to the country, a plethora of them. And key amongst your kind, a striking cry, the fact that banking cleanup exercise, it was a necessity, and that the domestic debt exchange program a boy to cushion the country.
The truth of the matter, Nana, is that Nanado, I say, he's still out of touch with reality. Nana, if you listen to him, you'll be worried as to who he is or what his handlers have been telling him.